Welcome to Managing Your Transition into a New Job, or the Fast Track to Success. My name is Jan Moorman, and I'm a Senior Career Consultant at Career Management Partners. Let's take a look at what we're going to be covering today. A new job is a new beginning. It's an exciting new beginning, and we're going to talk a little bit about that new beginning. Learning from the past to create a better future. Using your job search marketing tools in your new job. Don't forget your network, since you spent a lot of time building that network during your job search. A positive image is key to making that first good impression. And then we'll recap key points. And let's begin. Congratulations, all of your work has finally paid off and you've got a new job, so that is exciting. You have invested hard work and major effort into your search, and now you've landed that new job that you've worked so hard for. In a short time, you can look forward to a new job, company, manager, colleagues, maybe even a different career path, and a new beginning. So this is everything you've been working for. Each day is a blank page in the diary of your life. The secret of success is in turning that diary into the best story you can possibly have. So what story are you going to create in this new position? I want you to think about viewing your new job as a blank page, which gives you an exciting opportunity to create that new story. And I want to mention to you a book that I have recommended to many of my new clients as they started their new jobs, and it's called The First 90 Days by Michael Watkins. The First 90 Days with Michael Watkins. And he provides proven strategies for getting up to speed faster and smarter in your search. So for you all that are beginning a new job, it is an exciting time, and you want to make sure that you do all the things necessary to be as successful as possible. And reading this book might give you just the head start that you need. So let's take a look about how we can learn from our past. The quote is, you can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep you can't start the next chapter in your life if you keep rereading the past one. And this is really true, because a new job is an opportunity to learn from mistakes and leave the past behind. It is an exciting time, and I do think it's an excellent time to reflect and do some self-assessment work on yourself, to really think about what are your key strengths that you can bring to the table, bring to this new job, and really capitalize on, and what are some weaknesses that you might have that you want to improve upon. It may be your interpersonal skills. Maybe you need to be more patient or a better listener. This would be a chance for you to say to yourself, I am going to listen better. I'm going to exercise more patience with my new coworkers, because they don't know what I used to be like, and now I want to be the best, most improved myself that I can possibly be. It could even be around skills involving conflict management, that you want to get better at avoiding conflicts or at managing through conflicts. And there's lots of books and articles you can Google about that. You can even talk to your career consultant about some of these interpersonal skills that you may want to improve on. And one that comes to mind for me, I know, has been just things like not gossiping, because that's something in earlier jobs that perhaps I was a little bit prone to do, And in my more recent jobs, have learned really not to do that. It is a negative thing, and it can ultimately end up really hurting and sometimes even destroying relationships. So not gossiping is one that I try to adhere to, if at all possible. So again, learning from your past, learning about those things that you know you do well, continue to repeat them and to do them, and try to avoid those things in your past that could hinder your performance. Remember, you get to decide what your new colleagues will see and what they won't see, and make sure that they don't have any old misperceptions about you. This is your chance to start with a new, fresh, and clean slate. You spent quality time and energy working with your consultant to create the job search marketing tools that help you land this job. So why not continue using them in your new job? You'll meet many new people over the next few months and will have many opportunities to use them. And let's take a look at where you might be able to use some of those skills that you've been learning in your job search. For example, when asked why you left your last company, you can use your reason for leaving statement or your exit statement, as we call it. And you've already polished that up. That's a perfect opportunity to use that polished statement and that positive statement that you've worked with your consultant on. When you attend your first staff meeting and are asked to introduce yourself, it's a perfect time to use your 30-second verbal pitch to introduce yourself, what you are best at, and how many years you've been doing the kind of work that you're in now. So again, that verbal pitch that you've been rehearsing and using in your networking and interviewing skills can end up really serving you well. When meeting with your new colleagues, use the research you've done to show your knowledge of the company. Well, hopefully you've already done your research on the company and you know some things that you can talk to your colleagues about. You might even know about some of the ongoing projects and initiatives they have going, and you can ask them what role they have to play in the new project, the new initiative, the new marketing launch. Whatever it is, you can use that good company research when forming connections and building relationships with your new coworkers. And of course, when building key relationships within the new company, you can use the networking skills that we've been probably talking about way too much as career consultants, because we know that networking skills are where 80% of jobs are found. But those same networking skills, reaching out to others, introducing yourself to new colleagues, learning about what they do, how you can help them in your new role, all of those things will help you build those important key relationships with the new coworkers at your new organization. And once you're in a new position, you're adapting to a new environment and work routine. And it's too easy and tempting to let your network fall by the wayside. Folks, I cannot tell you how often my clients will tell me that they get very involved and they get very busy at work and they let their networking contacts fall by the wayside, and you just can't do that. You know how hard it took. You know how much work it took for you to build that important network. So by all means, keep that network going. And how can you do that? You can do that certainly by using LinkedIn. And all of you are familiar with LinkedIn at this point. Keep active on LinkedIn. Keep reaching out to your colleagues. Post articles. Be involved in chat groups and professional chat groups. These are ways that you can stay networked with the people in your professional contact group that can end up benefiting you not only in this current job, but also perhaps in future job searches. I hate to bring up the painful news that job losses can continue to happen. And so I want you to know that you have the control now to manage your career. You know how hard it took to get this new position, and it's going to take work, of course, to keep the position, but never give away your power to anyone else, to an organization, and trust that your job is going to be safe and secure, because you know I would be telling you a lie if I told you that. So I want you to always keep your networking up, keep your saw sharpened, keep your skills sharpened, keep taking on new project roles so that your resume can become even fuller and more impressive than ever. So if your job comes to an end through no fault of your own, through another business decision, you can dust off that resume, update it, and reach out to that well-developed networking and LinkedIn contact list to reach out for new opportunities. That's the reality of the new workplace, and the more that we can embrace it and use it to our benefit, the more successful a career we're going to have. It'd be unfortunate to have wasted your time, energy, and resources spent on developing that network and let it go to waste. And you know, now that we're in the holiday season, think about the opportunity to send holiday greetings and Christmas cards to people in your lives as a way of saying, I'm thinking about you. Let me know if there's anything I can do to assist you in your career. Let me know how you're doing. And this is a fantastic way of keeping your network alive and also sending seasonal greetings to people, which people always enjoy. It's also really important to find the time to maintain those networking contacts. You know, and some of my clients find that it's really helpful on a Saturday or Sunday just to spend an hour or two to look over their LinkedIn contacts, to reach out and send emails to folks that perhaps they haven't talked to in a while. Again, folks, it does take some time to do this, but the payoff is enormous in terms of keeping and maintaining those important networking contacts. Remember to contact other companies you've been in discussion with to advise them of your new position, and leave the door open to stay in touch and exchange career updates. You never know when you'll need this contact again. Yeah, I was just talking with one of my clients recently who said that he had an excellent discussion with an organization, and unfortunately, they went with an internal candidate. But we talked about the fact that they seemed to be so impressed with him that I encouraged him to reach out to them every 3 or 4 months by email, maybe send them an article about their industry, something that would show a value add kind of behavior that the company would appreciate, and let them know that he is still there, that he is started a new position, but that he is keeping in touch with them just in case an opportunity might come about at that particular organization that he was very interested in. So let companies know where you've gone. They'll be happy for you, and they might end up reaching out to you in the future, which would be a positive thing, of course. Do contact all of your network with a personalized note to inform them of your new position and thank them for their help. Folks, this is a critical skill that so many people overlook. Remember that people have taken time and effort and energy to assist you in your search, maybe reviewing your resume, maybe helping to introduce you to some of their contacts, maybe by giving you critiques of your resume, your LinkedIn profile. Maybe they've helped you set up meetings that have been beneficial to you. Be sure to thank them for their help. They will remember it in a positive way, and this will go a long way toward helping them remember you in their own searches, as well as them remembering you when you are in a search again. Remember also to let all recruiters or agencies you worked with know about your new position and stay in touch with updates on your achievement. Yeah, recruiters and agencies that have assisted you want to know where you've landed, and again, once they know that, they'll be in a position to come back to you, to approach you perhaps with future opportunities. So be sure to stay in touch with them. Also be sure, of course, to update your LinkedIn profile after you have landed. And finally, inform your references and thank them for their support. Yeah, often these are unsung heroes in your job search campaign, you all, and these folks have played a vital role in saying positive things about you and your work to perhaps several different employers. So it is so important to thank them. And in fact, I might even suggest with references, if possible, to take them out to dinner, to buy them a lunch, or even send them a package or a gift if they're out of town. Your references have played a vital role, and they really do deserve a thank you from you. You have a golden opportunity in this new position to create a positive image in your new job. Avoid corporate politics. Folks, you know how lethal it can be to get involved in corporate politics. It starts off your relationships in a very negative way, or can do that. So do avoid corporate politics. Don't criticize anything from your past. It implies that you're going to criticize them. So don't be critical of anything in your past or former employer, because it says much more about you than it does about them. And get clarification on what is expected of you, asking questions, and offering comments appropriately. And let me say here that oftentimes, you know, there's an inclination to want to hit the ground with suggesting lots of changes. And I think change can be a good thing, but I would suggest in the beginning to be much more in a listening mode. Ask a lot of questions about the environment, ask a lot about the culture, ask a lot about the folks you're working with, about how they like to be communicated with, how do business decisions get made at your company, those kinds of questions, and listen closely to the answers, because they're going to tell you a lot about how to be successful at that organization. And that is something that is discussed quite a bit in The First 90 Days by Michael Watkins. He gives a list of questions that you can ask, and I would encourage you to ask lots of questions. And then once you understand your role, your organization, the communication pattern of people you work with, then you'll be in a much more enlightened position to make suggestions for changes. Even if you were brought in as a change agent, don't rush to remake the world too quickly. The company, its policies, culture, and key players first. You want to make sure that you get to know the organization, policies, and players first before making those suggestions or changes. And don't prematurely offer suggestions for improving your role or others until you understand the organization and implications of your proposed changes. Yeah, that is so important. Remember, take the initiative in meeting your colleagues, because those relationships are invaluable to your success. Work closely with your colleagues by joining committees or teams. Raise your hand and volunteer to take on new projects or roles. That's going to show you're a real team player and somebody who's willing to roll up their sleeves and get active immediately in key projects. Volunteer to manage a campaign, United Way, a corporate event, those kinds of things where you can show your initiative and meet even more employees. Yeah, this can be a fantastic thing to do, to really dive in, to get involved in, it could be a seasonal activity or it could be a yearly activity like United Way, to really make a difference in your organization. It will be noticed, and it's a fantastic way to meet other coworkers at your organization. So just to recap, you've successfully transitioned into a new role and can look forward to many achievements. So congratulations on that. You've built new relationships to add to your network, and you should keep in touch with all of your contacts. You now have the tools to adapt quickly to new situations and maintain a positive image. As you've learned from your recent job search efforts, the world changes rapidly, and chances are you will be faced with future transitions. So be sure to model the behaviors that we've been coaching you to model during your job search. Model those same positive attributes in your new job, because you never know when or where that new decision for your job to go away may come. This is not to be fearful, it's just to be practical. So keep your network up to date, and if and when it happens again, you'll be prepared to move forward quickly to re-engage your network and begin your job search efforts again. When you're faced with these changes, you'll have the strategy to find and adapt to new opportunities and ensure your fast start to success. Thank you so much for your attention and your time today. I wish you all the best in your new position, and do keep in touch with us at Career Management Partners, because we want to know that you've landed as well. All the best to you.